Jonathan Gruber is here. And I know, Jonathan, you've been under a lot of fire for that, and you've gotten a lot of nasty, upsetting emails. But your larger point, I looked at a bunch of this economic panel today, was about how much politics you have to play in order to get something done. So do you essentially stand by what you said?
I mean, I apologize for the terms I used. I expressed myself very poorly. I think the point I was trying to make, Emily, is that essentially a very sensible way to do this law would have been to literally copy what we did in Massachusetts. There was one important difference. In Massachusetts, we actually gave poor people money and said, here's the money you get to get health insurance. At the federal level, we couldn't classify it as spending. That's too politically unpopular. Going back to Presidents Clinton and Bush, there's been a move essentially to make social policy through the tax code rather than through direct spending. And I was just pointing out that.
Yeah, and so your point was that there was an intentional obfuscation, even though that is essentially what ended up happening. You're giving money to poor people, and other people are paying in, the richer people are paying in. Essentially,
the core of the Affordable Care Act is to make health insurance affordable for lower income people. It's politically impossible to do that directly in this environment. And so for a number of presidents in the past 20 or 30 years, that's been done through changing the tax code, which work effectively. And I was just making the point that that's sort of a more indirect way to do it.
By the way, have you heard from Obama?
No, I've not.